Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and once again, we are back at it again for another weekend, another session of Arknights. Because today we got a backlog to get through. Today, we'll be reading some more stories. We'll be reading a lot of operator records that I've left in my backlog for the past few months, which I have not gotten to in my own time. Since our last stream, just a little update on what I've been doing. I actually finished up some medals that I was missing from the catastrophe of Wakes of Vulture. Oh, okay, that's a mouthful. Jessica's event, Jessica Alter's event. I had a few medals, which I still didn't have. Wrap that up. Aside from that, I finally took a break from this event of Path of Exile, the Frisia League. Not really a league. A little mini event tied over the fact that PoE 1's not gonna get any new content until PoE 2 has got its shit together. Unfortunate. I already got tired of dealing with idols. Regardless if I had a build that was already doing 15 million plus damage, I was just getting tired of the idol system. I already completed most of my goals during Settler League. I already had 36 out of 40 challenges done. I had nothing to grind for. Aside from that, I haven't been doing a lot lately. I've just been, I don't know, I've been logging into MTG a lot more again. Just playing with my loot deck. I finally finished my Apotsec Historic Brawl deck. I've been working on that deck since November. As someone that doesn't dolphin on the game, I'm mostly a free-to-play player. I just use the gems I win from drafts and use that to get the Mastery Pass for new sets. So I've been working mostly free-to-play on that deck for months, and I finally finished it. Fun! Now I have to plan a new deck, probably for the FF event. The FF set coming soon. I don't know if I want to build a commander deck for Emmet Selkie. I don't know if I want to build one for Y'shtola. I want to see which FF14 character comes to MTG before planning out where my wild cards are gonna go. I don't know, it depends. Maybe they're gonna make a Thancred deck. Hopefully he might be in Naya colors just like Cloud is. Since I already got the mana base for that, so I'm super excited about that. Also, we're getting lots of spoilers. We're in perpetual spoiler season in Magic the Gathering, where we just constantly get every week new spoilers for Tarkir, new spoilers for Marvel Spider-Man. That's gonna be an MTG set also coming soon. So there's that. Haven't been doing much aside from those. Although, I originally planned to pick up the Bazaar after taking a break from Path of Exile. Unfortunately, I saw the news of what was going to happen with its monetization. The Bazaar did the quickest speedrun of potential Game of the Year of 2025 to, I think, biggest disappointment of the year, because god damn, holy fuck. The crash out from the devs to the criticism of the pay-to-win monetization that they planned for that game, that they put in that game. It is live. It is not. It is not good. I've never seen a game with so much potential just shoot itself in the foot. All the things. So fast, so disastrously. And we could have seen it coming, man. We could have seen it coming. Reynad had to be an asshole though. Anyway, Crypto Rug Puller is gonna rug pull. Super disappointed the Bazaar turned out the way it did. Hopefully, maybe after all the feedback, if someone with a clear mind on that dev team, I don't know, takes the reins or some shit. Hopefully, maybe they could bring it back. Maybe they could bring the Bazaar back and rescue their reputation. But so far, I no longer have any interest in the Bazaar. And I was addicted from just watching Northern Lion and Ram Ranch play the Bazaar. All my hype for that game went down the drain with one announcement of their monetization. It's so pay to win. They promised that they wouldn't be selling cards. And it looks like the cards that they're selling for early access, which you can't even get for free to play. Well, you have to grind a shit ton of ranked games. They also changed the daily ranked system, the daily free ticket system that you can use for ranked. It's a whole slew of bullshit. Anyway, there's my disappointment with the Bazaar. I don't know. I got like a month left before the 7.2 patch of FF14. But luckily, next week, we're also gonna have, finally, the Dungeon Meshi event for Arknights. Dungeon Meshi finally coming! We're gonna have yet another collabo Hold up, let's just set this up before we start reading. Hopefully everyone has their polls set. How many do we need to get Marceli? What, 120 minimum? No, it's not 120. It's 160 to... It's within the ballpark of 120 to 2 something. I forgot how many polls you need to save up to actually hit hard 50 on a pseudo limited banner. Hopefully people got that saved up. There's that. And I think we are done with our housekeeping while I just kept yapping. Okay, so there's that. It is now time. So, like I said, I have been distracted with a lot of other games lately that I've not been reading. A lot of the side content in Arknights. You know, we always play and read the main content on stream. Thing is, I think I got I've been E2ing a lot of things over the past few months. I'm not quite too sure how many operator records I have in my backlog. I know I bookmarked all of them. Some of these diamonds are for sure some of those op records that we've left behind. And I'm pretty sure Mudrock got one with the release of either IS5 or NIMS event. So there's that. That's why we have Mudrock appear in Kazdel after so long, where she hasn't appeared since Twilight of Voloman. We're finally back with Mudrock, who's back in the store. It's an operator record. It's a side event. Oh, whatever. She's back in Kazdel. This is post-reunion, post-Victorian arc. Well, let's see what happens. We got Mudrock's operator record in Kazdel. What was she doing? How did she get back in Kazdel? Even a long road must end, but the path she walks goes on much further. Let us start. Let's turn up the volume a bit. There we go. Hey, yo! Big Bob? We got both Big Bob and Mudrock? Bob, I've given your generous offer in your last letter some serious thought. While I do appreciate your gesture, I won't be departing for Columbia just yet. Who is this talking? We've decided to stay in a settlement outside of Kazdel for now to give our legs a rest. Is this Mudrock? It's true, we came a long, long way, literally 1 foot into Kazdel before turning around. We hesitated, pondered, even argued. We can neither enter nor leave Kazdel. None of us can quite say why. Perhaps I still haven't made up my mind. Perhaps the changes in Kazdel haven't made it much better. Or perhaps most of us simply don't have it in us to start another long journey. On another note, we have a favor to ask. It embarrasses me to say, and I'm unsure if this even falls under your services. Since this might prove troublesome, please allow me to apologize in advance. All that said, if possible, my friends and I would like some beer. If a regular supply is unlikely, at least bring some for Samhain Day. That's Halloween in Arknights lore. We're hoping to join the costume parade and really need some beers for that. Is this Mudrock? She's way more eloquent than I remember. Goddamn choking here. You're wearing a mask. Doesn't keep out the dust. Go bother Eliza if you must, Jurgen. She's covered from head to toe. Got ex-reunion members, Ursa's caster. And there's Mudrock. Mudrock, welcome back. Is, the letter mailed? Can you say if we'll get the beer for Samhain or not? Mudrock, the beer? Mudrock! There was no messenger. I had to give it to the Rhodes Island office for them to forward. That's gonna drag things out some more. Hey yo, creature. Welcome back, friendo. We're currently reading through my backlog of operator records from the E2s I've upgraded for the past few months. I got a bit of a backlog. We're starting out with Mudrock right now. She's back in Kazdel, well, outside of Kazdel. They're asking Big Bob for some beer, so that they could drink during Halloween. You can't find a single bottle of beer anywhere in Kazdel. Why else would Mudrock write Big Bob about it? Big Bob is successful now. Big Bob is an entrepreneur in Colombia. He got his own franchise. Supermarket franchise store. He even he has his own stores way out there in Sammy. Damn it, no. We promised her we drink beer on Samhain, so we're getting it. We got to do this ourselves. Are you suggesting we brew beer? He's talking about out of his ass. Like hell it's that simple to brew. Oh, you'd know ass talk, wouldn't you? Brewing's not even that hard. Steep barley into water to get the malt. Then you mash it, lauter it, add the hops, and then ferment it. We have all the ingredients except the hops. You can look around. Brewing's easy according to him, right? He must know what hops looks like. I do, thank you. But if you ask me, why are you all on board now? 5 seconds ago, you said I was talking. Shut your trap, Jurgen. I'm gonna go tell everyone we're brewing. Beer! Everyone's excited for beer. You hear that, Jurgen? It's happening. You better hold up your end. I'll make it with you. We all will. We're making beer. I wonder how hard it is to actually make homebrewed beer. You need to ferment it. A few days later. No, hops are nothing like this. How about these? No, that's sourer than Homburg socks. Someplace Kazdel turned out to... where we're camping is insanely barren. You made it sound different on the journey. But I don't recall saying Kazdel was lush with plants. Was it someone else who said that? I think it was the Winter Wisp Mountains during a snowy night. Wait, they passed by the winter... Did they pass by Sammy? Did they get Sammy's whispers in their ear? Not that hard, but it's gonna be it's not gonna be high quality to brew beer on your own. No, never mind. No, you're right. It was snowing that day, and we were starving like mad, but the nearby villagers already picked all the wild radishes clean. We were hungry and shivering in this rundown shack when Anya started it. She said at least Kazdel would have wild radishes. We then listed every nice place we could think of. Lush hills, thick rainforests, fertile valleys cut with rivers. Oh, how could I forget? Fields of barley and hops. That couldn't be Kazdel in a million years. Jurgen, if you want to enter Kazdel, then I can, I know, but I'd rather not sneak down the streets like a rat. Not it, no, not it. Speak of the delicious radish! He was about to say slur. He was like, speak of the... Oh! Can't say that. Can't say that here in Kazdel. You'll get killed. You're gonna get a knife in your back. Are you sure they're wild radishes? Yup, and as many as you want. I guess Kazdel heard us back then. Litanian swearing. Got wild radish, now just for some hops for crying out loud. Let's just keep looking. Wait, Mudrock, hold still. Some kind of cone just fell on your head. I'll grab it. Don't move or it'll fall. Oh, cone. Got it. Now, what are you... Let me take a whiff. Oh, you're it. I think this might just do. We got the hops. We're gonna make beer. 10 days later. Mudrock, what brings you here? Everyone wants to hear how the beer is doing, so I came to see. It's doing... it's fermenting. It's insane to me that Jurgen's not a total write-off. He looks competent while he's malting and boiling. Fermentation just stumps him though, so I have to step in. I thought he was the only one left in our squad who could brew. Hello, forgetting someone. Yes, you brewed a wonderful wild berry wine in the tundra. Here I thought you forgot. Berry wine. That was years ago. We were still in reunion, weren't we? They called you Liza the Sugar Lips and Cherry Fangs. Huh, guess it's all flooding back to you. Liking my liquor on the sweeter side's no crime. How did Sugarlip even stick? Am I that much of a sweet talker? Cherry fangs, though, that was perfect. Your teeth were constantly stained red with berries, I remember, though you were always wearing a mask. Look who's talking. You know, those times when we gave each other nicknames, joked around, and got drunk without any fighting sure passed quickly. You decided to leave right around that time, right? At first out in the tundra, reunion felt like a house with a warm hearth, like a home. But as time went by, it turned into a raging, charging tank, burning everything in its path, snow, trees, even the earth. That's why, besides your usual sarcasm pals, a few Ursa's outcasts chose to tag along with you up and left. And that's also why Lithanians like Jurgen and Anya chose to stick it out with us, because of you. I'm sorry. Nothing to be sorry about. I know you want Kazdel to be a home to us all, and yet we're not even getting into the city for Samhain fun times. But so what? We're outcasts from our own homes anyway, right? Doesn't seem too bad to be permanent unwanted guests at Kazdel. I mean, we wouldn't even come to the Samhain thing of Anya. Goddamn fermenter bins! Sprung a gas leak again. I'll patch it up. Ah, crap. There's too much pressure. I'll help. No, we can't let any soil get in. Let me. That doesn't sound good. Goddamn Hamburg-wearing son of a bitch couldn't find a worse bin if he tried. Mudrock, are you... Oh, you're okay. You're covered up even tighter than me. It's time I get my own suit of armor. I'll start with the face. Maybe I'll just use Hamburg's. Mudrock? It smells nice. Now that you mentioned it, yeah, it does. But our ingredients? Relax, we just need new malt, and I know Jurgen has a whole secret stash of hops. He can't hide jack from me. Secret stash? What for? You'd never guess. It's his pillow stuffing. Yeah, I gotta find any form of comfort out here. The outskirts of Kazdel, sure. Use it as pillow stuffing. He sleeps like a log every night on it. Snores louder than the Originium buzzsaw. Oh right, want some berries? Berries? I traded for some from a caravan while buying yeast. Was going to brew berry wine after the beer fermented, but they weren't even sweet. Just good for eating. As she speaks, the Ursus woman lifts a corner of her mask and pops a berry in her mouth. Ugh, no flavor at all. I'd take the tundra's berries in a heartbeat. What race would I be in Arknights? I mean, probably a seaborn. Probably a seaborn! Weeks later. Samhain Day. Happy Halloween! Mudrock, the parade's starting soon. We'd better get ready. How's Jurgen and Liza's end? Is the beer done? We'll find out very soon. And just in case, how about Big Bob? Still no word. Alright. Why are you just standing there? I'm thinking about Kazdel. What's there to think about when you're already here? Look, the big old furnace is right there. But is this Kazdel really the very same place we'd been heading for? Clearly it's not. A lot of it was Anya, you know, buffing Kazdel up to Kingdom Come as we went. Made me cringe to listen to. But if Kazdel really was like that, I sure don't mind living in it for a few days. Okay, let's get back to camp. I'm dying to drink some beer here. We got our beer. We're celebrating Halloween. Did the beer turn out fine? Did it not work? Well, not exactly. It's just, how do we put this? Don't bother, just show them our magnum opus. Here, try just a shot to start. It smells great. It's vinegar. They fermented it for too long, and they got vinegar. Rip. You're laughing. What else am I supposed to do? Cry? You think Anya wants to see you cry? Anya is not. Something tells me Anya passed away. They keep talking about Anya. She's never showed up in this little chapter. Probably passed away on their way here. I'm the first of the Mudrock squad to die in Kazdel. It is a comfort to die in my homeland. When I'm gone, please scatter my ashes into the sea. Okay, yeah. There we go! You're not really thinking of going to Iberia, are you? I've heard the rumors, and I refuse to become seaborne food. I'll settle for the next best thing. How about you place my remains in the soul furnace? That must be a first for a Capine, right? Gosh, can't you guys tell when I'm joking? Don't tell me you were seriously considering going against all of Kazdel. Okay, I'll be serious now. I hear there will be a costume parade outside the city during Samhain Day. I want all of you to go. Go have a good time. See the sights, drink some beer. Not that awful Kazdel moonshine, but real beer. When you do, just take me along. I'll be happy. All I did was mention beer, and now all of you are drooling. Happen to feeling sad for me. Mudrock, at least promise me you'll get these poor suckers some beer on Samhain Day, okay? Yes, that's it. Laugh. Laugh. It's been so long since we remembered how to laugh. I thought this was going to be a silly little happy event. There's always gotta be a silver lining of depression in an Arknight story. Come on, dog. The Lithanian stares at his ex-reunion squadmate and abruptly snatches the drink out of Mudrock's hands, downing the vinegar in one clean gulp. Jurgen. Mudrock, it's fine. Ugh. I'm telling you, Liza, I'm going to Kazdel today, and I'll be there in the parade. Drinking sparkling vinegar. The tense atmosphere instantly relaxes, and pockets of laughter can be heard from the group. Mudrock. Jurgen said it. Let's pick up Anya and our beer and go to Kazdel. Ah, shame. I thought we'd really get to drink beer. Any word from Big Bob? It's getting dark. We can't afford to wait for him anymore. Everyone, get yourselves ready. We're going to Kazdel now. Today's Samhain. Since we'll be going to the costume parade, I suggest you all, get creative. I'm not sure if the other Sarkaz there will object to our presence, so I'd disguise as close to a Sarkaz as you can to be safe. The other Sarkaz and I will lead the way for you. Look at my handcrafted fake horns. Aren't they just so realistic? Step up, I'll crown anyone without their own. You call this handiwork? I can't even get it on my ears. My own handiwork is just fine. It's not my fault your ears are too round. What about me then? I'm not sanding my horns. You don't know how much it hurts. Costume. Think a costume. Just put on a hat or something and you're safe. I hear some of the city folk dress up as Sancta too. Here, stick this halo on your head. Like, this thing glows hard. Look, it's Mudrock's gang. They always have that many Sarkaz. Don't the horns on that one look wonky? And look at those horns poking out of the hat. That's a Cabernet for sure. Hey, forget them. Check me out. Oh, we're getting to you. Tell me what's a real Sarkaz doing with a halo? Isn't this a little bit too... Nah, it's all good. If they got horns, then they're Sarkaz. I mean... something like that, sure. Not all Sarkaz have horns, but sure, I guess it's fine. But she hasn't got... It's called commitment. Sorry you can't appreciate an authentic reunion costume. You get it. Here, take a swig. I guarantee it'll knock you off your feet. Feed them the vinegar! Beer. Beer? This bubbly? Damn, I haven't had a drink in forever. Let me get a taste of that. Ah! That's vinegar! Hearty laughter. The Sarkas who can't or won't enter Kazdel all seem to notice this ragtag band of misfits. Given the limitations, most of Mudrock's squad disguises are far too easy to see through. But on this night, everyone would rather pretend that they don't know. Just like they rather believe that these outlanders are the same as them, having come a long, long way back home. Back to Kazdel. Title card! Nope, not over yet. Jurgen, enough! Quit pouring vinegar down your stomach. What's this about vinegar? If I say it's beer. Jurgen? Hey, Mudrock, we're having a good time, right? Like Anya said. Yeah. What do you think, Anya? Is this what you had in mind? It's getting late. It's time we moved on to the last thing. What's that? We're going to Kazdel. It's fine though. Even Anya said it's not worth to go against the entire city just for her. It'll be okay. Let me take Anya. The Lithanian passes the urn to Mudrock. She stands firm. The night wind whistles around her, but she remains silent like a boulder. Kazdel doesn't just have to be where the soul furnace is. The soils, the bogs, the sands. Perhaps in those serene, expansive, and peaceful places, we can find our true Kazdel. Our true home. Group simmers down. Quietly, they wait. Till Mudrock places the urn down and murmurs faint words to the earth. Till the earth tremors and the mud and the rocks answer her call, forming a furnace roughly the height of a person, as they have done for Mudrock countless of times during the journey here. Till firewood is placed in the furnace and a modest flame is kindled. There is no wailing or bellowing, only the soft crackling of the firewood.
Oh, Big Bob is here with the beer, baby!
Big Bob saving the day! We're having actual beer! Mudrock! Is that you? We haven't seen Big Bob in a long time. He's too busy being a CEO in Colombia of a massively successful enterprise.
Big Bob is here!
I didn't expect you all to be all the way out here. You sure gave me some trouble. Nice seeing you again, Mudrock.
Bob? It really is you. You came.
I got held up a little on the way, but I made sure I got here just on time. Your camp was empty when I got there, so I was worried something happened. Good thing I haven't lost all my skills from the bounty hunter days.
Bob!
Big Bob, you actually came.
I had to. Mudrock squad wants beer. Who am I to say no?
So, you're Big Bob. You brought us beer? For real?
Oh, are you the new guy? Got it. Everyone, I give you beer. Bob's Farm Special Brew, brought to you by courtesy of the owner, and enough for the whole Mudrock squad. But judging by the mood, now is not the good time to pop caps.
No. Bob, the timing is perfect. Now is the right time for some beer. He respects the oath of the beer run. Mudrock opens the urn and scatters the ashes of the warrior who has traveled a long way home into the flames. Then she takes a beer from Big Bob. She pours the golden foamy liquid into the furnace, causing a few cracks and bangs, echoing like the laughter of a friend who arrived too late for the Samhain parade. Damn, the smoke's choking, right?
Yeah, you all know how my mask doesn't block dust.
Anya. Sobs can be heard from the Mudrock squad as the remaining paraders gather by the furnace. Watching the dancing flames, each one reflects on those who should have been here but are no longer. Bob, you got some more beer?
Plenty more. Give me one. I'm not gonna let Anya drink the lot. Everyone, come get your bottle.
If you have any to spare.
Here. My Originium refrigeration broke down on the road anyway. With this much to drink, the Mudrock squad is gonna need all your help. The gold beers work their magic. Tears soon stop.
Stiff upper lips relax, and tipsy faces flush with red. Sobbing turns into singing, which blossoms into hearty conversations. The aroma of hops drifts into the darkness where the souls slumber.
Mudrock, if you can make shelters and colossi out of earth, you think you can make something, poetic?
Poetic.
Like, if you turn all of this Kazdelian wasteland into soil so dark and rich, you could drink it. That's right, turn it into a barley field.
Turn it into a berry orchard.
I vote barley field.
See?
Umberg, think carefully. The only thing Jurgen can brew is sparkling vinegar. If I get my orchard, I promise you'll have berry wine every single day.
Berry wine! Berry wine! They just turned on Humberg!
Just because he made some vinegar!
Bob, thank you. We couldn't have done this without you. No, something tells me, even without my beer to save you from drinking piss, it's still a cozy sound tonight. Also, I'm sorry. I wrote before that I'd visit you in Colombia, but now you had to come to Kazdel first. Nah, I kinda like it here. Colombia's got the wheat fields and the hops, but there's also ATAO.
What is that?
The ATAO? The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Arts Unit in Originium. In short, pesky taxmen who won't give me a break. I thought about sending someone to deliver the beers, but I needed some time away from the ATAO. Plus, had to make sure nothing went wrong with the beers. Besides, you did ask me for sample hops, right? Figured I'd just bring you a whole truck of beer.
A whole truck?!
But what'll happen when you get back? Who knows? Those hounds love to bite. They might even have me arrested the second I'm back in Colombian soil. What about you? You and your crew gonna bunk here for good? No. There'll be a day when we leave, when we resist. Against who? Versus landlords?
Landlords. Fuck. Freudian slip!
Versus his lords? Lithanian's nobles? No, not just them. Oh, music to my ears. Can you put the ATAO on your list? Assuming we do go to Colombia. But truth be told, it's a lot harder resisting the things you have to than the things you choose to.
The two fall silent, while over by the furnace, the lively banter carries on.
But for now, at least the fact that we're still alive, carrying our dreams and our memories, laughing from our hearts, it's our own small way of resisting. In our collective home. In Kazdel.
Okay, not gonna lie. That was only the first operator record and my eyes are already watery. Arknights, I was not expecting this.
Fuck off, Arknights! How dare you!
Trying to get me cry 40 minutes into the stream.
How dare you!
Okay, that's one down. That was fun. Okay, any more? Chen doesn't have one. Who has one? Quercus? Quercus has one. Oh, she has two. Okay. We got Quercus. Final moments. The deceased lie in peace, but the living are not easily spared from the shadows of death. When does this take place? You want to see another armor skin for Mudrock? That's massive copium. Every single Mudrock skin has been de-armored because Hypergriff are cowards. Massive copium. I've completely given up on that dream. So when does this take place? This time we're reading Quercus's operator records. You will follow in the footsteps of those who sacrifice themselves, for they will show you that narrow way to life. Charge forth and devour the enemy alive. You will not forget the faces of those who give their mortal time, for by them you will bolster your rattled courage. The upright of you need not fear. Take their treasure, furnish your rooms. For your Duke! For Victoria! Extract from a speech prior to one of Londinium's battles. Right. Quercus is an ex-soldier. Winter of 1098. So, not current day. This is about the same time as the Chernobog crisis. Is it? 98. Well, it's not. It's before. At least it's before the Victorian War. Caledon City. This is Gigi's hometown, question mark, if I remember correctly. This is where Quercus was also stationed. There's Granny. Surprise, Granny! Quercus! For the last time, under order of Caledon Mounted Police, you need to take a proper breather. You're not allowed to take a step near the refugee camps for the next 24 hours. Officer Granny, are you sure about denying a doctor's aid in these times? Granny's taught me out not long ago, hoping I could offer some simple medical help for refugees from Londinium. Okay, this is during the Londinium crisis. Got it. But things very quickly got out of hand for us. During the Londinium crisis, seemingly before GG was run out of Caledon City, around the time of GG's event, surely. You haven't left the camp since the first day you came. You need proper rest now. But you know as well as I do, they're in urgent need of plenty more than just food, water, and clothing. Most of the doctors in this city have already been enlisted, and the Duke's not interested in sparing much attention on this. He only agreed to shelter the refugees in one place out of fear they'd cause needless commotion. Then what if you're pushed too far too? Who do I ask for help then? Who do I ask to be your doctor? Are you underestimating me, the Druid Doctor? I know my limits. Seeing Granny reminds you your brother switched out Spectre for Granny as he operated on the menu screen because he was annoyed Spectre kept forgetting him. I don't. So I'm going to make sure you get a good night's sleep, even if I have to lock you up. I'll be even less likely to sleep then. Who knows what could happen in 24 hours? This matter's closed for debate. So they're dealing with some refugees. Quercus kind of getting overworked, giving them care and attention. This is no time for you to be playing the hero. You again. The annoyance that always shows up at times like this to laugh at me. It's not as if you change anything by being there every second of every minute. Arknights. Why are you hitting us with these types of beats? I was like, man, it's gonna be fun checking in with operator records. Nope, never mind. I forgot. This is Arknights. Quercus has PTSD from... What happened with her backstory again? But I think her commanding officer did something, a bunch of innocent people died, and that's why she quit the army. Great. Okay, Arknights. This is where we're at. This is the vibe. Can't save all of them. You know I don't listen to you. I've never considered myself a hero. I'm just doing all I can. Too many times I've been too late to felines laid deathly, still on cardboard bedding, too late to examine whether it really was just fatigue. And I can only force myself to watch on helpless. Helpless, tearful young children going against the crowds driven by fear, only to disappear in the end into the Earth's embrace. All you can? Does that make it any more bearable for you? You can shut up now.
And I won't exist if I don't talk. You still aren't ready to admit it, to admit how powerless you are. You're scared of life vanishing in your hands. Exactly like then. It was different back then. It was different! I don't have the time to bother with her. I've got more important things to do. Quercus? Granny, there's something outside the city I need you to help me with right now. You aren't getting me out of your face with excuses. I'll be right here watching over you. I got a hold of a shipment of urgent pharmaceuticals from Colombia. The mercenaries will be waiting for me outside Caldon early tomorrow. You're a mounted officer. The snatch squads won't suspect you once you're back in the city. You know how important these pharmaceuticals are. Fine. You're not to leave. I'm gonna pick them up.
There goes Granny.
Godadin's officers wouldn't turn a blind eye to a place as dangerous as a refugee camp. They show up at irregular intervals, sniffing out every army deserter hiding within. That or those who seem like army deserters, even if they're skin and bones. Even if you hate hearing it, I'll keep saying it. Is surviving really something worth celebrating to these people? Suffering, starvation, blades, hostility, and envy. Every day, every hour, every second. Death's not such a scary thing in comparison, is it? The idea of those words coming from a doctor's mouth makes me want to vomit. But you're the doctor. And I am a Victorian soldier. I renounced that identity forever ago. But you still remember. It doesn't matter.
What? Snap? Click? Okay, Arknights.
Power's gone out. The last night as quiet as this was. Oh yes, it was when you first asked me the same things. What did I ask you? Unblessed lives. Unfearful deaths. You posed those same questions to me. In the darkness, I pick up on a familiar scent. Forest. Do you remember now? He's right here.
Flashback.
Forest! Wake up! This was a meaningless battle. I lost every one of my comrades in arms.
Captain! I can't go on.
Stay strong. Now's not the time to hesitate or fear. Just have to get through these ruins and we can make it out.
Captain!
Corporal Forrest! I order you to stand. I'll carry you. He's too gravely wounded. The way she speaks is always so out of place and time. The cold-blooded pest. Enough! I don't want to hear any more out of you. He's my soldier and I will bring him back. Bring him back. They're dead. They've been labeled heroes. The furnace is burning ever brighter. Still more children are waiting to be thrown in. You're idle enough to flap at me, you would do better finding some way to tend to his wounds.
There's two sides of Quercus. The doctor's side. The soldier's side.
Can constrict the bleeding, but it won't be of any use. I know you need him to make it back alive, but you want to tear the veil away from the ones who started the fire, make them stare their own evils in the face. You want to dig back out this honor dressed like a poison apple by your raw hands, straight from the mouths of the children. Enough! Yes, that is my selfishness, but in the end, you'll return home alone, carrying all the festering blame. Nobody will listen to your story. Not the children back home. Legends of heroes are far more attractive than cruel reality.
Rhodes Island has an onboard therapist, right? I mean, surely. Surely. The humanitarian medical institution has therapists on board.
Not the men at the pub, because you haven't anything that could draw their attention. Not the ones who started the fire. All they do is fault you for scattering sparks over their beloved carpets. And enough! Enough! Enough!
I said shut up!
Forrest. So you remember my brother's name. Seeing the man before me, I'm somewhat dazed. But not because he's pointing a saber at my throat, because he looks far too much like that child did.
Okay. He blames her. Probably.
He's been hiding here the whole time, away from everyone.
Waiting to try to kill Quercus. Waited for Granny to leave.
But he can't fool the Earth. I haven't told Granny, though. I didn't go anywhere. It was you who brought back my brother's death note notification. Maybe you don't recognize us lot anymore. I was watching you for days in the camp after I saw you, you know, but you never even noticed me. So, you're a doctor now. I saw that feline burst into tears thanking you. I saw how the girl you saved was beaming ear to ear. I bet you're happy, aren't you? Bloody son of a bitch! Howling, wailing, bawling. The earth's sprawling roots are withered about this great land. These are all I hear. And it chokes me. You must love it, bathing in atonement. But my brother's dead. To hell with your clear conscience, you self-righteous.
I mean, doesn't seem like her conscience is clear. We've had an extended crash out that slowed down time all throughout this tiny little mini chapter.
What did you do? I did nothing, and I could do nothing. Captain, just kill me. My leg's broken anyway. I don't want to come back to my mum in this state. And my little brother, he's always been so proud of me. And I hear, you know, soldiers who die in action earn better compensation money. See? For him, surviving is hardly something worth celebrating.
I mean, if I just remembered, I would have done this entire chapter in a British accent. But we're way too in deep now. Oi oi! And death doesn't seem so frightening after all. I'm trying to dig deep into myself to bring out my oi oi! We're doing some British accents up in this Victorian bitch. That would be too silly for this somber tone. I apologize for not doing that.
Captain, oh. You must tell them, when you return, about me at my bravest. I can't ruin my brother's image of me after all. Here we are now. He's become a role model, a model to you. He doesn't want to die. He's just scared of surviving. Do it, Captain. I know. See, without my leg, I'm nothing but rubbish. So, may as well be this way. Enough! Don't say a word more. Are you talking to me? Wait, Captain, who is this? I don't want to die. want to go home. May life endure.
Bastard! What are you acting dumb for? Say something!
Your Forrest's younger brother, Michael. If I'm remembering right, you should be on the Londinium front lines in the Duke of Godedon's army, and not here.
Well, 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 we found another deserter.
So, that's right, I'm a deserter. You can turn me in now if you want. It must be of your own accord that you came looking for me. I would never have come to you if there were any other choice. I'd prefer to believe that Forrest never died. That he's standing in front of me right now. But I could never fool myself. Killed him. I had no other choice. He begged for your mercy. Found a peaceful passing. So you killed him? Are you done?
No! Bastard, bastard, bastard! If I was just able to kill you right here and now.
So, what do you need of me?
The captured deserters, including Michael's comrade in arms, are all locked up on the west face of Caldon. He wants me to rescue them. I want him to disguise himself as staff in my shop. A flower shop. A flower shop?
So, while we were risking our lives on the front, this is what those shitheads were up to. A commemoration dinner.
A commemoration dinner.
Bastard, bastard, bastard. And you just let it happen.
These flowers have been bartered for a blind eye to the refugees. For basic supplies. For necessary privileges. For more than a single life. Just these. Not just. But it is with these flowers, yes. We're in a complex situation. A bunch of fuck-ass nobles that don't give a shit about refugees, don't give a shit about the lower class that have been fighting on the front lines for them out here in the Victorian War.
Just can't let go of that ridiculous fantasy. I know exactly what I'm doing. Nothing constitutes this refugee camp except a bunch of toys flung at children on a charitable whim. Today they can have you practicing your art in saving people, sheltering them in a castle of sand. But tomorrow, they can have you killing them, knocking the castle down, burying them all beneath the ochre dust. As long as the refugees don't make too much of a scene, they'll let anything slide. I'm a doctor. I'm not killing anyone. But what if someone else did it? Then you should ask yourself, what would a Victorian soldier do in times like that? Then what if it ends up like Forrest again? I'm begging you. You've been scared ever since your first day with the refugees. But the war will continue, that life will no longer be worth looking forward to. That life will no longer be valued. You know these things are bound to happen. And bound to happen more than once. So, what will you do, Dr. Quercus?
She got a lot of internal demons to deal with. Specifically one internal demon. Herself. She didn't come out of this war unscathed.
What now? They've got people manhunting right up ahead. Bastard. Frankly, in the midst of the drab, muddy streets, faces worn all around, this many flowers naturally stands out like a sore thumb. Don't panic. They won't come prying. But the snatch squads are smart. They won't try to get themselves into a hassle. After all, they know what kind of person would need so many fresh flowers for their evening occasion, don't they? Get a move on. You still worried I'll turn you in? I've had my eye on you forever at the refugee camp. You don't seem like the sort. So, I'm willing to gamble. You don't need to say anything. I know what I'm doing here. Doesn't mean I trust you. I'll be clear, I can't stand with you. Can't stand you. Just wanted to warn you. If you keep acting sneakily like that, you'll only draw the snatch squad in by yourself. Don't need you telling me.
Save a bunch of refugees.
Settle down, settle down. What are you hollering for? Foul-hearted rubbish, a lot of them. Hey, don't you think it's stuffy in here? Can't catch my breath. There's a sort of... That's some kind of scent. May the earth once again care for life tender. Oi, look! Vents! What? Is that flowers? May the earth have mercy that our lost children lay to rest in her bosom. What?
Knocked out. KO.
Come out. Let's find your comrades. I've never seen arts like that before. Just some of the tradition of home. So them few are. They're unconscious, that's all. You have enough time to get the ones you want out of here. Huh. I can guess what crosses Michael's mind for a split second. But he doesn't draw his saber after all. He really does miss his brother so much. The wrong person, the wrong place, the wrong standing.
Michael?
How did you get in here? Here to save you. Follow me. Nice going.
Who's that with you? Why do I always bring out that silly ass voice?
She's just assisting. Let's go.
Wait! These stupid man-hunting buggers. I'm gonna settle my score with them. No, they're knocked out. No unnecessary killing. I don't think Dr. Quercus is gonna allow unnecessary killing on our rescue mission. What are you doing?
Michael and I are here to rescue you, not to kill them.
Oh, piss off. Wait, wrong guy. Piss off. You know what they've done?
All too well. Of course you know what they perpetrated in the refugee camp. Why are you stopping these deserters from bumping off these scum? Listen to yourself. You were interrogating me just a second ago. Now you're champing at the bit to end others' lives yourself. On the most upstanding and reasoned grounds, of course.
Let me through.
No. We don't need to waste any time here.
Then just let me sock him once.
Fine. Go on.
Bonk.
What about, all the rest shut in here? Breaking them out too? I have them release everyone. I tell them the way out of the city. I lock all of the snatch squads inside the cells. Save them. Why them? Let's go. Before we put anyone on high alert. There's somewhere we need to go first. It's where all of our supplies and gear's buried. Here. Yes, I remember. This is the place.
Of course. It's one I'm all too familiar with. This is Forrest's grave. My brother. Of course I remember. It was by my own hands. I buried him here. Doesn't make sense. Bastard, bastard, bastard! It just doesn't make sense. Why? You'll save all those camp refugees no matter how bad they're hurt. You'll get us away from the manhunters straight through a lockdown city like it's nothing. You even chose to spare that bloody bunch of snatchers. Those shit-eating assholes. So why? Why did you abandon my brother? Why didn't you save him? I was powerless to. Your brother says you have passionate voice acting. I mean, I've been doing this for a while. Lies. Fine. I'll just tell him. His brother was too badly wounded. Tell him his mistakes in battle weren't my fault. Tell him all the rotten consequences for this should fall on the idiots at the top brass. Maybe that'll make it easier for him to bear. And that's how you reassure yourself. You don't need to tell the truth. It's easier to bear. That's why you chose to lie. I haven't. And that's why you chose to murder. I wouldn't. Then what did you do? You going to keep looking for excuses? Answer me! Look at me! Look at Forrest! The battle was completely meaningless. Our entire side was annihilated save for your brother and I. What? I tried to get him out, but his wounds were just too grave. So, in the end, I gave him a peaceful death. A peaceful death? So, you mean... Yes. Killed him. That's all it is to you. Just a couple of words. Bastard. 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 You killed him? Indeed. I couldn't bear to see him suffer any longer. I didn't want to see him return home to become a madman persecuted by war. No. You're just saying what you want. Michael has been gripping the handle of his saber ever since we left the shop, but he hasn't drawn it once from its sheath. Until now, the saber is held tight and pointed at me. You can kill me, but I don't owe you the slightest thing for your brother's death. You killed him. You killed your own comrade. I did. Nothing about what I've done is worthy of commendation. I murdered my own soldier. I did the one thing a doctor should never do. There is no fair justification for my actions, but it was a decision I had to make. You said enough! I won't forgive you for this! It's because of your brother that I saved you too. You resemble him a lot. All of you do. Oh, we're just out here in the group. I thought there was a one-on-one thing. People were just out here, gathered around, watching. Children whose eyes have been covered, driven, tempted, coerced, shoulder to shoulder, step after step, filled with fervor, rushing to your deaths. Never should death have been so lauded. Life is to be celebrated. You have the right to choose life.
The Earth will eternally embrace the weary children. That is why I saved you.
You know something? Every letter my brother sent back, no matter what else, he'd always mention you. He said you were a great captain and leader, never berating people at each turn like the rest did. He said you looked after him so much. I believe my brother wouldn't lie. I believe you must have your own reasons for doing what you did. Thank you for saving me. I'll live on well. I see Michael slowly hang his head. I can sense the emotions bottled in his heart all along. These past few days have shown me how incredible you are. Michael! Whoa, what are you doing? But I still can't bear it. I'm sorry. Whoa! He still tried to attack her! Won't you retaliate against this?
You haven't retaliated either, have you?
I mean, no one's gonna die here. Well, no playable character is gonna die here because it's a fucking gacha game and hyperglyph are cowards.
He thrust wide. Did he mean to? It doesn't matter.
It's not a fatal attack! There we go! Just a scratch! 'Tis a flesh wound! He purposely missed a bit. He just wanted to hurt her a little bit. Just a teensy little stabbing. Just to get all that bottled up and all those bottled up emotions out.
Hey, you won't even be angry? It's not you who should be bearing this after all. You know you're a victim too. You're not one to blame when these things happen. What happened back then, regardless of who was right or wrong, means nothing no matter how deep you probe. Suffering, casualty, hostility, blades, envy, all cut us far adrift from the earth. And in that moment, we're all the victims. I just don't know what to say to you. Sure, Forrest hoped his brother would have a proper life to live. In that instant, he was reborn, found his way back to the Earth's sprawling roots. If we continue to persecute each other so, letting hate drive hate, who do no service to their wishes, theirs. So, this is the best account I can give him. And you needn't keep blaming yourself any longer. Congratulations. How nice for you. You finally managed to get yourself killed. Are you really giving up just like that? You're the doctor here. And more than that, a druid priest. Will you give up on life?
No, because she's a playable character. She has plot armor for days. Also, we got a whole second-ass operator record to go through. Karina.
I beg of you, take care of him for me.
Cuff cuff, I.
Never should death have been so lauded. Life is to be celebrated. Take the child out of here for now. Almost every day brings new faces before me, but I still try to remember all of their names. Life should not be abandoned like this without a trace.
It's surprising given how the vibes of Arknights is fairly somber. FGO not only killed a fan-favorite character, but also an entire class type of servant, which included another fan-favorite. FGO operates on multiple timelines. They can kill people, bring them back out. The whole servant system is like, oh, servants, bring them back whenever you need them. Arknights is one single timeline. If they decide to kill someone, it'll either be an IS, where it's a what if, or for good in the main story, and they'll never be a playable character.
Loophole though, Theresa.
Because gacha game gonna gacha game. The medium is the message. They can't kill a fan favorite character in fear of backlash because, quite frankly, Lowlight's a coward. That's one of my main criticisms of Arknights. Then again, there is the argument that death isn't the worst. Death isn't the most interesting development if you want to develop characters any further. It's also not the worst thing to happen to a character. Like, there are a whole lot of worse things that could happen to characters on Terra than dying. So there's that. But still, Hypergriff and Lowlight are cowards.
What's all the blood on you about?
Oh wait, Bitterroot? Rhodes Island!
I'll fetch you a doctor right now. I am a doctor. And I was once a Victorian soldier. Now, I'm a Rhodes Island branch operator, available for pulls, which is why I have plot armor. And Rhodes Island got an intelligence officer. They who suffer are hung up high. Look, that's our hero. So the busybodies below the scaffold loudly cheer.
NPC jail is the worst treatment? I mean, everyone in NPC jail is under threat of permanent death. The moment you become a playable character in Arknights, you have permanent plot armor. If you're an NPC, you either live long enough to become a playable character, or you die in a gutter, like Mandragora. Meanwhile, Manfred should have fucking died by the end of the Victorian arc. I have zero idea why that motherfucker is still alive. It makes me fear that he might become playable later down the line. Why is that motherfucker still alive? So the busybodies below the scaffold loudly cheer. Also, hello Hermit, welcome back. Doctors headed for Londinium. They needed our backing on the intelligence front. But you... I'm fine. I just took a quick trip to the refugee camp. There is one... I just remembered. There is one character, there is one playable character that has so far died in the story. And then promptly brought back to life. Shu. Shu died in her event, but because she's a Farinmit, they found a loophole and then they brought her back to life because she's a playable character. It was her own event. They can't kill her in her in her showcase event. She died in her story, was promptly brought back to life, and everyone that's ever known her forgot about her. Except a few select people, which they never explained how or why. It's a bit of a cop-out. Sure. Okay, dog. I just took a quick trip to the refugee camp earlier. Hero! Hero! The children chant in voices raised high. That's gotta sting. Imagine being an ex-soldier, haunted by the horrors of war, and a bunch of children call you hero. But they noticed not the looks of worry in their patient's eyes. Oh. They noticed not the looks of worry in their patient's eyes. The children voiced their voices, chanted their voices raised high. Okay. We're back with Granny. Very true. That's why they wiped the fan favorite character from existence, to make it so they can't come back to life. FGO is gonna find ways to bring them back in a different form. Come on, it's FGO. They're gonna do like 12 alters of them, 12 alters of the fan favorite character as a heroic servant. They're gonna find a way. Lucky Granny isn't back yet. I know she wouldn't let it rest without learning every last detail. I hope everything's going smoothly on her end. Please let nothing trouble her. For now, I'd best pretend I'm asleep before it's too late. Well, that's right. She was supposed to be resting? Not dealing with her inner turmoil? Also rescuing a bunch of rescuing a bunch of desertees. Another day's dusk. But the night won't be long.
GG!
Quercus! You get some proper rest. Quercus? I'm here to see you. What? They would make Bank bring back an alter form of her somehow. They always will. Good evening. Quercus! Look at you. You didn't listen to me, did you? Granny, the 24 hours are almost up. Then I'll ground you for another 24. You lie down for me right now. Quercus, you look in terrible shape. I don't know how to do a cute GG voice. Am I cute girl, chat? I can be a cute girl when I want to. Want to be? I'm fine, I'll be good. In fact, I've baked you some biscuits. Death casts away the dead and salivates for the living. The most fearful torment would not so easily indulge these friends who mind each other so, nor these relatives for whom relief comes with great difficulty. May the earth forgive. May life endure. May... Quercus! All's well that ends well. Just a bunch of... just a bunch of dealing with trauma. Just some casual PTSD. Okay, we got a second operator record, which supposedly I think came out around the end of the Victorian arc, around the end of chapter 14. I don't know. I forgot when these came out. So the Sprouts of Life. So when does this take place? Emaciated child. I'm starving. That smells amazing. Hey, have you heard the news? The Druid's treasure. Everyone's going mad about it. Can't be stuffed. Can't be bothered. Don't care. If there's a treasure, it goes to the upper crust. Not gonna make its way to us, is it?
Who says not?
Oh, you think this is just our lot, eh? We deserve this. Oh, look, forget that. Someone's making off with your stuff. Treasure. My bruv's looking for that, right? Bruv. Oi, bruv! Sometimes I forget we're in Victoria. Okay. What's my best Kuno expression? Impression. Kuno doesn't want to get into some bullshit. Kuno says fuck off. Kuno says you should video game yourself. Disco Elysium reference? Okay, while the man's distracted. Is this Kuno? Is this Arknights Kuno? Ow! Hot!
Hey! Trying to steal from me? Bloody runt, don't you dare muss up my stand! Hey, get back here!
Okay. Wait, does this take place right after the previous operator record? How are your injuries? They're doing fine. No word from the doctor still. Capital D doctor? Us? Contact with them has been lost ever since they entered the... Okay. Time has passed. This is during chapter 14. Got it. Contact with them has been lost ever since they entered Londinium. All means of communication so far are kaput. What about your end? We've disseminated the news out. At the very least right now, no matter how many believe it, the Duke's people are letting us have the pretense of an investigation in order to station at the Duchy's north border. If it all holds, we can come to the Doctor's rescue at any time. Quercus? Gonna be part of the main story? Actually, wait. There wouldn't be room. Way too much happening in chapter 14 for them to have arrived in the way that they wanted to. Alright, good. For now, let's get these intel notes to the land ship. The Doctor's group will be fine. They will. Right. Children at the refugee camp. Bring them here. It's safer for them here.
Gigi's here!
Susie wants you. I'll be off. Gigi's an operator now. At least by this time in the story, Ashley. Susie, didn't I tell you to get some proper rest first? I can cope here. I don't need help with anything, really. Okay, this has to be some time later. I think Gigi should be an operator now. I mean, never trust the sprites just because they have the Originium monitor. She should be an operator right now. And also, by the end of Gigi's story, she left Caledon. And she's back in the city with Quercus. She's stationed here, apparently. The streets here, the city, everything's changed so much. Yep, correct. She's back. Recently returned. After... You sort of forget how much bullshit, traumatic bullshit Gigi went through in her story. She got hate crimed. The bar that she bought from her boss that she wanted to make into a living, into a barber shop, was hate crimed and Molotoved and burnt down. Gigi went through some shit in her story. I've never seen so many of the guards out and about before. Everyone's rushing everywhere. We all look so tense. Nobody knows what the situation in Londinium is like right now. We have people escaping out of here one after another with nothing but scraps of testimonies and info contradicting info. It's become the source of panic and rumor in its own right. I know what's happening. You don't have to hide it from me, Quercus. Everyone's busy right now. I want to help too. Ronnie wouldn't even tell me about you and the refugees at first. I know you're all looking out for me. You're a kind girl, Susie. That's why. Look, see the marks left on this leaf bug eaten, sun bleached? Everything that's happening right now will be figured out. No matter if it's me, Granny, or anyone else who does it. No matter if it turns out well or not. Most people will forget it ever happened before long. The ones who've been through it won't. Some marks are left forever. So, listen, I'm not a child anymore. Quercus. Look, I made this bread myself. I learned how to do it aboard Rhodes Island. You always used to make me snacks, Quercus. So I want to help you. Help everyone. I know. Did they just hug? Did she just give her a motherly hug? Big sisterly hug? Oh, but still, it'll sting. Sting our little Susie and Granny and those children. You'll find nothing in the refugee camp but cries of distress, sighs of despair, and howls of longing. I've given everything I have to ward the haze of sickness from people, purely because they wouldn't resign themselves to death. Because in their heart still laid cares. Some have calmly accepted the end of their life, and I've accompanied them in their final moments, in their tranquil return to the earth. But the endless spread of pestilence is drying and crumbling the soil beneath us, rendering it rough and unyielding. And that's why you want them? To get the children out and bring them here? Yes. All that takes place there is far too stifling for the newborn saplings. But that said, I've never doubted your ability nor your courage, Susie. So long as you're willing, you can come spend time with the children here from now on. Also, I'm not a child anymore. And you're so amazing, Quercus. You can use arts to make withered plants regrow. Everything will get better. Arts are no panacea, you know. Take that frail, sickly sapling, for instance. The one in the corner. On an evening in an early autumn, Quercus quietly stood in the garden, listening to the stillness. The souls are mournful, their cry is clear as ever on the wind.
Oh! Hey, yo!
I forgot Hayes was part of this plotline. I forgot that Hayes stopped Gigi from killing herself, throwing herself off the tower after getting hate crime. Jesus Christ. Gigi's event was dark, wasn't it? She was hate crimed and Hayes had to save her from killing herself off the tower. Right. Also, Hayes was also on the brink of death when she found her. When they found each other. What the fuck happened in that event? They're back. They're all back. I have to say, this is my first time seeing the Druid's arts. Well, when did you get here, Hayes? Oh, I didn't. I've been here. They say the Druid can hear what the trees make conversation over. It's not conversation. It's the passing on of emotions between souls through the roots that connect life and the earth. Quercus softly chants an age-old incantation. Arts like stars falling down upon the mundane nature we inhabit, parting themselves upon the earth. Gigi should have exploded those guys' heads as a treat. Just a casual murder, as a treat. In a bout of fierce tremors, a sapling ruptures through the ground, its finest form unfolding itself towards the vastness of the sky. Atop the branches burst forth fresh buds, telling of the call that summons new life. Wow! It just grew in an instant. Indeed. In an instant. Wait. Quercus, the tree! There's a child growing out of the tree! Wait, what? Child? Huh? Child? I didn't know babies grow on trees. Bent. Oh, these guys are on about the Druid's treasure? What is this? Some sort of folktale to help people pass their days? Okay, once we find the treasure, we want 60%. 30% each for me and my little brother. You want me to work? That's the price. No negotiations. Look how greedy the legendary Bet's gotten. Getting too big for your britches, I bet. Alright, you wanna go? You think we're actually scared of you, you could dream on. Ugh! Oh, got the guts to say that to me again. Oi. 30%! Alright, you said it, 30%. Each. Oh, no, yeah. Now shove it. Right. Wait, any of you lot seen where my brother's about? Saw the kid earlier at one of those stands nearby. Carefree little bugger. He said not for him to run off. Oh, was that the kid that we saw a while ago that was trying to steal from the peddler? Every single day with this, he drives me up the wall. Hey! Just two brothers. One's a little thief, the other seems to be a leader of his own gang. Still hiding. Little rascal. Oh wait, is this a brother? Was he up in the tree? Oi! It's Kuno! Let me down! Oh, I wonder who your family is. Let me get you down now. Careful. We found Kuno! Ugh! Don't steal my bread! Kuno stole Gigi's bread! What's gotten into you? Kuno is hungry. You've got loads of bread to spare. Hey, here, you! This bread's delish. Wait, that's right. You were just talking about the Druid, weren't you? I've heard it too. Kuno's heard all about the Druid's treasure. My brother told me. Kuno bets you muckers know something. Even if I did, why would I tell you, Because that's how it works. Finders keepers, that's what my brother says. Funny little boy. an unruly little kid. If you don't tell me, then Kuno will tell his brother, and Kuno will get him to ask you. He's right tough. Super, super tough. I see. Well, one thing, young friend. After discovering our secret, do you think we're just gonna let you go? Oi! What's this about? Stay away! Kuno's not scared of you, okay? Kuno's mad tough too. He's infected? I don't think he has an arts unit at all. Fool of a child. He thinks an ability for arts means bragging rights? That's right, I can cast stuff. Kuno is not as good as his brother, but you won't pick on me so easy. You brat. You think you're so mighty, don't you? What are you up to? Countless vines drop down from the tree above her, and the feeble child is fastened sturdily in place before he can even react. He resembles a startled cub in the moment, gnashing as he struggles to flail. Oi! What are you doing? Spanking you. Hey, yo! Should've been me. Should've been me. Should've been. Goddamn, Drewski's. Bro, the theme song of Drewski's dating show is stuck in my fucking head. Should've been me. Should've been me. Disobedient child. Oh shit! Hey yo, she's actually spanking him! That should have been me! Hey yo! Kuno will get his brother over here! Do you think throwing around arts randomly is going to make you fearsome? Without an arts unit, you'll be exacerbating your oripathy every time. But my brother does it too. His arts. Your brother. The harder you're infected, that's what your brother taught you. Quercus, look at what he's dropped. Aren't these the medicines for oripathy that you were getting in? Oi, that's Kuno stuff. Damn, you give it back. Kuno found all of that. It was on a shelf inside and nobody was using it. Why can't Kuno have it? Stealing is one thing, but you're not to wantonly use your arts ever again. If you want to stay alive, that is. Understand? Kuno's not scared. My brother, Kuno's brother, said this way nobody'll pick on him. Brother's stronger than you. He'll come and help us. So your brother sent you here. For what? No. Kuno was waiting for his brother to come. Then let me ask you a question. If your brother is as strong as you say, why would he send you to do any of this? Are you sure your brother knows you're here? You didn't tell him you were heading out, did you? What if your brother never comes? What if we leave you here? Will your brother really be able to find you? Quercus, don't you think we've scared him a little too much? I mean, I know it's wrong to steal, child or not. I think our little Susie's just as much of a child then. What if we take you away from here, and you never see your brother again? Oh, we've seen the soldier side of Quercus. Quercus is kinda spicy. She got that spicy side to her. This is the soldier side of Quercus talking. Not just the doctor side. No! Kuno wants to stay with his brother. Then be truthful with me. Tell me why you've stolen this medicine and why you're after the druid's treasure. Because my brother wanted it. He's the one who looked after me ever since we left Londinium. He said there was treasure in Gododin, and we could make loads and loads of money and live happy days. He's seriously strong. Nobody's been able to pick on us. But he's been having worse and worse health. I can tell that. He's always using these medicines in secret. This kind. I don't know, but it looks a lot like it. Not a kid anymore. Kuno's not a kid. Kuno wants to help his brother and all. Kuno can find the treasure and some medicine. Then that'll make his brother super duper happy. So, please, miss, can you... I understand. But still, I can't tell you right this moment. Then what do I have to do before you tell me? Stop stealing? These Rhodes Island patented medicines that we need to give out to the refugees? Oh, we're back with Bitterroot.
Just checking in to check if... I'm just here to check if you have everything all in place and sorted. I'll have Granny accompany the kids over. Everything's ready. That kid in the garden. You have some amazing patience. I'm just a doctor. I don't accede to every whim. I'm no fairy godmother.
But you are gonna get a fairy godmother skin. Actually, I just recently E2'd Quercus. Maybe I should get the skin for her.
He's had a hard lot in life. We don't even know how his brother is. That's why I sent Susie back for now. She's too kind. And as you meet each refugee in camp and every child that's sent here, you find each and every story tugs at your heart, doesn't it? That's why little Susie's the one I'm more worried for, really. How are you going to explain the druid's treasure to him then? All it is a cover we operate under, you know that. Not to mention, we've still not heard a peep from the doctor's end. Can't expose this. We have to prioritize Rhodes Island and our mission. So, we give him false goal, one that can never be achieved. Make him chase fruitlessly, cluelessly for the rest of his days. Sacrifice. What do you mean? A sacrifice. I just feel it's not how Rhodes Island would do things. We can't just absolve ourselves of actions like that. What are you going to do? Quercus, stop right there! Explain! Don't worry, I won't do anything to hurt Rhodes Island.
So this was... wait. So the druid's treasure was what? A cover for Rhodes Island gathering information? Gathering information amidst the Londinium War? That's what I'm getting out of this. Bent. That's a big brother, right?
Oi! Question for you. Seen a kid about, this tall?
The hell do you think you're doing?
Ah, it's a peddler.
Bloody hell, it was that little bastard just now. Your brother, I reckon. You look like two peas in a pod. Here I was narked I'd have no one to pay damages. You... Where is he?
Bro, he's just a peddler. He was stealing from him, and the peddler still got beat up by the brother. The weak, frail figure of a child busies about the garden. Miss Quercus, I watered all the trees in the garden. It's only a momentary drive. I swept the path over there all nice and clean too. He may be worn out any second now. What else do I need to do? He's doing this to get medication for his brother! Don't lead him on, Quercus! He throws himself dim-wittedly at everything without even knowing what this treasure is. Do you know why I'm having you do all these things? No? That one mister says it's because I've done bad things. And have you? I don't know. My brother's always done it. He says other people owe us all this stuff. Brother's kind of a bad guy. It's stuff we're meant to have. I mean, he's not wrong. Technically, he's not wrong. All peoples on Terra should have the human right of being cared for by society, despite whatever life throws at them or what their circumstances are. Although your brother's kind of going about it in kind of a shitty way. Just randomly beating up peddlers. Doing some shady shit in the background. He's not wrong, though. Londinium society has failed you. Victorian society. The branches that rot are bade to be pruned. The trunks that are gnawed are bade to be sawn. Let me put it this way then. You did something that ended with you being caught, and you put your brother through the hassle of saving you. Was that bad of you? Mm-hmm. So if your brother gets hurt while saving you, possibly even worse, is that a bad of you then? It is! Just as you cherish your brother, others also have their own things and their own people they cherish. If you take things as you see fit, then you'll make others angry and get your brother into trouble in the end. Understand? Mm-hmm. I understand. You know I'll do no bad things anymore. But who can say what form the treetop takes in this moment? May life ever last. At least we taught the kid a lesson. Here. Around here. Chased him up to around here and then I lost him. Now shove it. Joe? Are you there? Bent! You're here! I said for you not to run off. I went through hell to scarper out with you. Every step of the way, you know how hard it's been. Don't you hang your head, I'm talking to you. Need me to help that kid out. Can't leave him with someone like this, can we? Who are you? Don't get in the way, move it. You're this child's elder brother. What's your business? Joe, is that your name? Right, with me. We're going home. I'm not going. Can you just listen for once? Stressing me out like this, me and Mom and Dad, who do you think we've done everything for? I'm not going. You think I'm no use anymore, don't you? Think I can't provide for you, is it? Think you've outgrown the nest, don't need me looking after you? Hey! Can we not hit the child? Let me go! This is not for an outsider like you to butt in, it's family business. Bitterroot. Take the child aside. What are you doing? You let me go! Are we clear? I could easily dispose of you right now. And even your little brother. All because of how reckless you've been. You make me angry. You! Quiet! I mean, Soldier Quercus. Soldier Quercus is out. Will you listen properly now? I can put up with your insolence. It's not as if I don't respect all you've done for the child. I imagine you know the state of your infection all too well. Do you want to see the child end up the same way? Was it you taught him to use arts to defend himself? I had no other choice. It's the only thing they fear. And do you see fear in me? What if I killed the two of you right here and now? Jesus Christ, Quercus. Okay. Ex-soldier. You wouldn't dare. I'd take you with me. So you don't intend on surviving? What about your brother then? What is it you want? It's a secret between me and him. I won't allow you to take him until he fulfills his agreement with me. You can go back to your current dwellings and wait for him. Of course, my people can find you at any time. Or you could go to the refugee camp at the East End. They'll offer you help there. Is my point clear? See? Turns out we can have a proper conversation. Okay. I'm a Quercus fan now. I was already a Quercus fan from gameplay alone. But I'm now a fan from story too. Ugh, Bitterroot. Hey, watch it, boy. You're biting the hand that feeds you. Miss Quercus, let my brother go. He's a good person. He's the best in all the land. So I won't let you hurt him. How am I the villain now? The boy's got real strength when it counts. Joe, do you remember what you asked me about earlier on? Be good and come with me now, and I'll tell you all you want to know. I promise I won't hurt your brother, okay? Okay. At least we have that settled. Now, do you think we're bad people? If you and that mister pick on my brother, then yeah. So why didn't you use your arts just now to attack that mister and save your brother? Because you said using arts would make the infection worse. It's bad and it'll make my brother worry. So if I told you that you had to exchange your brother for the treasure, you wouldn't agree, would you? I wouldn't do it even if it was for the treasure. I would never ever. Life yet the bud grows with wild abandon. Congratulations. You've passed the test. Oh, what? Only those who become druids are qualified to find the druid's treasure. And you've successfully passed the first test. Huh? Becoming a druid? Indeed. Come with me. I'm gonna take this kid under your wing, Quercus. What's this place? This is a place once holy to the druids. Only the vast amount of time has made the legends hazy. Here, age after age of tutor imparted the knowledge and the precepts upon the next generation, until the druids began to die out ever so gradually, Victoria's history. Joe, go and kneel upon the altar there. Quercus snaps off cane from a tree and flogs Joe across his back with force. Wait, what? We're flogging the kid now? The searing pain forces him to bend over, upon which he immediately stubbornly rights himself again. Joe, young stray that you are, may the age-old faith be carved heartily into your heart. For all tribulation the future brings, shall your way forward never stray. Quercus takes a berry from the bush and with her thumb draws a line of vivid red over the forehead of Joe. May the roots of the earth ever be bound with you, for however far you are separated from home shall you never be lost nor hesitant. The branches that rot are bade to be pruned. The trunks that are gnawed are bade to be sawed. My life ever last. Joe, I ask that you are willing to swear upon the ancient precepts and become a true druid. I am. Rise. From today forth, you are a druid. I'm a druid now. From here on, you must rely on yourself to seek the treasure of legend. Have you found it then, Miss Quercus? Not yet, no. I think you'll find it before I do, perhaps. Really? Really. But you must keep it a secret. For if you catch the eye of some very, very bad people, then they'll catch you, hurt you, and even hurt your brother. Understand? That's a bad thing. I won't do it. So, can I tell my brother? What? You mean you wouldn't want to surprise him with something nice? See what I mean? Oh. Okay. I mean, all of this just to make sure the kid doesn't aimlessly search for something, for the rest of his life, doing bad, trying to steal our pharmaceuticals. You're not honestly counting on that little kid to keep a secret, right? Now, all this to keep cover of Rhodes Island operations here. How much danger will you bring upon yourself if word gets out? Not too many know of my relations with Rhodes Island. Yeah, because he was stealing the medicine. Oh, never mind. The medicine! The medicine was the druid's treasure! Ah, I see. It was all covered. The medicine, the whole operation here, intelligence gathering during the Londinium War, that's basically Operation Druid's Treasure. But you've been meeting with me often lately, some people have started to notice already. So if necessary, we can have a falling out take place between us. Would you rather I bring the danger upon Rhodes Island and Doctor then? No. Hence why I make this choice. Not to mention, the Druid's legends, the stories of and about life, have been forgotten for far too long. They need to be told anew by people. You know that kid's never going to find any so-called treasure. Who told you there was no treasure? Wait, you did. Because you're not a druid, you see. Only druids will find the druid's treasure. Huh? What? Wait, what? So that little ritual you did before with the incantation or whatever, that was all real? Oh, well, not that. I just made it up. I just haven't found any of the historical files or data yet. That's the bare minimum of it. You weren't really taken in by that, were you? By technicality, there is a druid's treasure. No one's found it yet. Maybe the kid can find it. Somehow, somewhere. So there's Quercus's. Both her operator ops. Operator ops? Operator records. I think we have time for another characters. Okay. So there's that. Who else do I have? Who else? No, not Saga. Wait. Diamond. Does Aya have an operator record? She does! Okay, Aya. She got an operator record that we can read through. The first step into night. You wonder what the Matoi Maru record would entail? Yeah, I don't have her leveled. I wouldn't know. This promise lasts forever, no matter when, no matter where. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. Time to hydrate, or else we dehydrate. August 24th, Volcano Watcher's incubator temperatures, normal. Humidity, normal. Soil nutrients indices, normal. Area Reginium activity levels, suppression has not yet begun. It took some time to reach Una village located near Mount Una because the village has been relocated a few kilometers north of the previous site. From their current location, I can't see Mount Una in any direction. The ruins of the old Una village are only visible from a great distance when viewed from their tallest rooftop. The mountain road is long and rugged. Glad I requested transport for the survey. The incubator is undamaged and the Volcano Watcher buds inside are in good condition. The experiment can commence right away. But for some reason, the villagers are acting very strange. When I first stepped into the village, they thought I was a lost traveler and welcomed me with enthusiasm. But as soon as I introduced myself as a volcano surveyor, their expressions immediately went cold and they refused to say another word. Huh? Adele sets her pen down and looks into the distance. The new Una village is livelier than ever, compared to the images of the village engulfed in volcanic ash that she saw in the news a few years ago. Villagers bustle about, some strum instruments and singing drifts from a few houses. Children run happily down the streets, casting curious glances at Adele. Far, far away at the foot of Mount Una are those ashen, seemingly lifeless ruins she saw in news reports. Though darkish gray, they stand from their surroundings. Adele looks around, but ultimately finds her gaze fixed on those ruins. Luckily, I was able to find the mayor with the help of a kind girl. She's letting me stay in her empty attic. Pardon me, miss. I brought some tea, and here's your dinner. As the mayor of this village, I feel it is my duty to explain the cold shoulders you may be receiving from the villagers. Thank you for the meal and the tea. I won't beat around the bush. We don't like anything that has to do with that volcano. Frankly, we much prefer never to hear the word volcano ever again. Many lives were lost in that disaster, and it's a difficult subject for us. It's best if you complete your work quickly and leave. Several villagers have already voiced their concerns to me. I'll finish my work as planned and leave as soon as I'm done. It has to do with the volcano warnings. I don't think it is necessarily offensive to the villagers or any cause for animosity. Young lady, I understand what you're trying to say, but we do have our own way with the volcano, and we need time. September 3rd. Volcano Watcher's incubator temperatures normal. Humidity normal. Soil nutrients indices normal. Area Originium activity levels suppression has not yet begun. So she's been here for a month. I collected soil samples from multiple areas on the volcano and found an area suitable to cultivate volcano watchers. Their survival rate is astonishing and they've adapted to Mount Una well. Volcano watchers. Do I remember if they established that in Eo's event? Is it like a flower that grows and senses when the volcano's up and about or some shit? They'll be blooming in about 2 weeks. If I can observe the pattern in their color changes due to originium activity, it could lead to a breakthrough in volcanic disaster monitoring. I mean, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. I always call it way too early. Then surely more lives can be saved. I've become familiar with the path from the mayor's home to the flower bed on the hillside, having taken it every day. As long as I can descend the volcano before sundown, I can find my way back home. Looks like I'll need to figure out a time to stop working, otherwise I won't know how to get back after dark. The villagers continue to shun me, and communication has been hard. I don't mean to judge their way of coping, but is it really good to keep running away like this? On another note, it's about time I build some fences for the experimental flower bed. I need to find some suitable materials in the afternoon. She's just trying to help. The buds are pretty far along already. In a few more days, they'll start to flower. Also, let's turn this up a bit. I'll start recording originium activities more often and adjusting originium activities for different sections of the flower bed. First, I'll need to split it into zones, starting here. Whoa! Who's this? That hurts! Who put this fence up here? Oh wait, it's a child, never mind. It's a curious girl. Oh, you're the lady who wanted to climb the volcano the other day. I figured you'd be here. You're the girl who helped me find the mayor. Are you hurt? Why did you come up to the volcano by yourself? This isn't a place to be on your own. I'm okay. The more my parents tell me not to climb the volcano or go to the ruins of the old village, the more I'm gonna go. It's just a volcano, what's the big deal? I can climb it by myself. Ow. You twisted your ankle, didn't you? Come, sit down. I'll apply some ointment there. I'm fine, and I knew you'd be here. So, can you teach me how to climb to the top of the volcano? Who is this spunky lost child? September 23rd. I finished my work a little later than usual, and it started to rain. I tried to descend the volcano, but I tripped and fell. Fortunately, the villagers found me and brought me back. Adele? Bro? Why does this... What is this near-deaf, near-blind girl have no chaperone? Out here in the wilderness? She's an operator, I get it, but... Come on, dog. They asked me why I climbed the mountain despite the weather, and I told them about my volcano activity warning research. They don't seem to object to me being here so much anymore, and even gave me some local ointment. It works very well. But I digress. Originium activity has been an evident effect on the volcano water's color. Basically, for each level the originium activity increases, the change in color is observable to the naked eye. I've collected enough plant samples to put them in different groups for further studies. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out what exactly is causing this phenomenon. If I can isolate the substance causing these changes, I might be able to incorporate it into early warning kits with greater sensitivity and accuracy. Perhaps the day of precise volcanic disaster warnings isn't so far off. Also, I met the girl who gave me directions here again. She's been coming to see me every day since she tripped in the flower bed and I applied ointment for her. She never listens to her parents and keeps running off to the volcano or the ruins at its foot. She even wants me to take her to Mount Una's summit, and I get the sense that she's interested in volcanoes. Hello there, Spunky. No longer a lost child, just a spunky child. Phew, I'm finally done with these data. Okay, kiddo, my work here is done, and you should head home too. They say you're here to research the volcano. I read in the books that people who research volcanoes go to the top to look at the rocks and use shovels to scoop lava. But every time I come, you're always here growing flowers on the hillside instead of going to the top. Why don't you go to the top? I was hoping to go to the top with you. I remember you. Your name is Hope, right? It's true that I only came here rather than the peak, but this is where I'm running my experiments. What about you? Can you tell why you want to go to the top? You're still a kid? That's a dangerous place. I can't just take you there. So you won't take me either. Were you waiting 20 days just to have her take you up to the top? Just gonna go there on your own? That's kind of dangerous. October 5th. I managed to isolate several substances during my experiment. Given the conditions at hand, all I can do is narrow the list down. I need to bring the samples back to the lab and conduct a more detailed analysis. The volcano waters are blooming. Once I've gathered enough samples, I might be able to grow them on a wider scale and help restore the environment here. On another note, during dinner last night, the mayor said we got some fresh vegetables from the villagers. They also asked how my leg was. The vegetables were good stir-fried. They tasted just like how Muti and Vati made them. Hope hasn't come to visit ever since that day. I asked the mayor about it and she said she hasn't been trying to climb the volcano. She might have given up. Doubt. I'll sort the sample groups one last time. Check the labels, good, everything's in order. Huh? I must have been absorbed in my work. It's so dark, I can barely see anything. Maybe I can still make it back if I hurry? No, with my eyesight getting worse, a flashlight alone won't be enough. Maybe I should just set up a tent and rest here for the night? Good thing I made some preparations before. At least she's prepared and experienced. Still kinda concerned for the near deaf and blind girl. Just out here on her own. Phew, there we go. The moisture-proof mat, I should be able to sleep without a problem. I might need a bit of wild animal spray too. There are a lot of animals nearby. Hearing the rustling sound, Adele turns around to look in hesitation. A small head, covered with leaves and mud, pokes from behind a rock to the side. Whoa! You found me! I'm out of here. Well, wait! What are you doing here this late? The volcano is too dangerous. Stay right there. I'll take you back to the village with my flashlight. I don't want to go back. I'm going to the top no matter what. It took me so long to convince them that I don't want to go to the volcano anymore. Who knew you'd be here to bust me? I don't want down, I want up. Straight to the top. Then tell me, what do you plan to do at the top of the volcano? Will you take me there if I tell you? There's something I have to do there. Hope takes out a wrinkled flower wreath. I want to put this at the top of the volcano. A wreath? Why? If I tell you, you can't tell anybody. They want to taste the lava? Okay, I promise I won't tell anyone. I miss my grandpa and grandma. Your grandpa and grandma? When I was still little, one night I woke up to find my parents carrying me and running. They didn't stop until they were very far away from home. I was really, so I fell asleep again. I don't really remember what happened after that. Suddenly, we weren't living in our house. We stayed in a tent the whole time. The food was bad and it was hard to sleep. I never got to see Grandma and Grandpa again. Well, fuck me, Arknights. I thought this was going to be the one operator record today that was gonna be whose vibes aren't fucked. Well, great. Sorry, kid. Your grandparents died when you had to flee your home when Mount Una exploded. Later, the grown-ups built new houses and we moved inside, but Grandma and Grandpa never came to live with us. I said I was gonna go find them. Our house is still right there. She points in a certain direction in the dark. But my parents never let me go. Whenever I bring it up, they get mad. They say that they've already left us, just like the old village. Then I watch the news. They always say Mount Una erupted or something. That's why I want to go to the top to see what it means. Oh, sweet summer child. My grandparents taught me how to make flower wreaths. I'm going to the top of the volcano. The little girl confessed her feelings in one quick burst, leaving her gasping for breath. Who would have a purely good vibe record in Arknights? Why won't anyone let me go to the volcano? Why did we have to move so far away? Why won't they even let me bring it up? I really want to see Grandma and Grandpa. Why? Cries. Dell sets down the flashlight and looks at the summit in the distance. Then she reaches her hand out and lightly strokes the girl's back. Here, let's wipe your tears away first. Come sit next to me. If you really want to go to the top of the volcano, let's pay the mayor a visit tomorrow. We'll talk to her and your parents about this, okay? But it's too late right now. It's dangerous to go up the volcano. You'll sleep here with me tonight. Don't go running off on your own. Really? How about a pinky promise then? Okay, pinky promise. Hope wipes her tears away haphazardly, climbs into the tent and lies down next to Adele. For a little while, the two of them remain silent. Adele sits still in the tent, gazing up at the stars, while Hope can hardly stay still, staring at the rocks, poking the tent, and twirling blades of grass between her fingers. Can't sleep, Hope? How about I tell you a story then? What kind of story? It's a story about a very sweet tree. We're gonna tell the story of the fucking sheep. The sheep beast lord and all of his chaotic little pals, giving visions of dead people's loved ones. Adele lies down next to the little girl and takes a blade of grass. Then she weaves them into the shape of a small lamb. Did you know? There are some people who, after they fall asleep, get invited by pink fluffy lambs to join them in their dreamlike games. There, they'll grant the wishes of those they invite. They get to fly into the skies, over the city, surf on the ocean, or hop on streetlights and stars. I was invited by them once, actually. Really? Then, what was your wish? Did it come true? Adele hands the lamb-shaped grass to the little girl and picks up some volcano water flowers from the ground to weave the grass lamb a wreath. Yep, they let me see my parents again. Your mommy and daddy? Yep. I'm planting these flowers here now because I was encouraged by that dream. It's what my mommy and daddy set out to do years ago, but weren't able to finish. I know that if I manage to grow these volcano waters here, I'll be invited by the lambs again. But what about your parents? Why didn't they finish what they started? Adele stops weaving and smiles. Just like your grandparents, they stayed behind on this volcano and won't come back anymore. Then, do you miss them? Do you cry too? Of course I do. Me too, but I think mommy and daddy and everyone else don't. Definitely not. They don't ever visit the volcano and they don't let me go. They're all a bunch of weird scaredy pants. That's why they won't ever get invited by the lambs to make their wishes come true. You can't really say that for sure. Why not? Well, you see, I'm actually a scaredy pants too. Didn't you ask me before why all I ever do is grow flowers on the hillside instead of going to the top? That's because I'm scared of going there too. I'm still not ready. Even though I made it to the volcano, I still haven't gathered the courage to head for the summit. Why? Oh, why are all the grown-ups like this? You're all scaredy pants. I thought you... But you see, the lambs invited me even though I was scared. Then, am I the one who's wrong? Adele shakes her head. Look at the volcano watchers outside. I separated them into different groups. The ones here were planted in barren soil, while the ones over there were planted in fertile soil. They're growing under very different conditions, yet they all bloom perfectly when the time is right. You see, we're all like that. We all have our own ways of coping. Some of us cry, some of us try not to talk about it, and some of us try to be brave and take things on directly. Just because someone's reacting differently doesn't mean that they've forgotten. Adele stretches out her hand and shows the girl what she's just finished, a flower wreath made of volcano watchers. When I was your age, my mommy and daddy often made these for me to play with. As long as we still remember, our bonds with them will never ever be lost. Like, say, the lambs will find them. Look, here they are. Under the night sky and among the stars, a few pinkish clouds slowly drift downwards. Right. I forgot. Dolly is kind of the guard. That's why Aya roams around the land without a chaperone. Secretly, she does have a chaperone. It's Dolly. And they're fucking pink-ass sheep. The girl rubs her eyes and finds that both the wreath she's been holding and the one in Adele's hands are floating upwards towards the sky. Huh? The wreaths. The wreaths are flying away! Wait, Hope, don't run off! Uh-oh. He's following the sheep. Dolly, this is your fault. Not here either. Where did she go? It's dark. I can't see anything. I hope she's okay. In the darkness, Adele feels something fluffy rubbing against her. Dolly. She tries her hardest to find it. Oh wait. It's the baby lamb. It's the black lamb. Have you seen Hope?
Oh! Headbutts Adele!
With cone.
Ah! They keep popping out of nowhere!
Okay, fine. Maybe she has a bunch of chaperones that wouldn't let her get hurt. The dazed creature loads Adele onto its back and starts running. Oh, where are we going? Whoa, watch out! I'm about to fall! Flashback. Whoa, I'm about to fall! Whoa. Be careful there. She's gotten taller. If you're going to keep letting her ride on your shoulders, you need to figure out how to keep her from falling. Wait, who's Magna again? Is that her dad or mom? Okay. I think Katya's the mom. Alright. Adele will sit on Vati's shoulders, and Vati will stand on the volcano. That way Adele will be right at the very top of the volcano. Isn't Vati like German or Italian for daddy? Today is Adele's birthday. Do you have a birthday wish? My wish is to go on a volcanic survey with Muti and Vati. What? Flashback. Okay, why are we at the volcano now? Slow down a little. Blows the pedals with its nose for fun. Stop playing around. We need to find Hope. The fluffy creatures leap up and dash forward. Up ahead, the volcano's springs let out puffs of hot white steam. It's dangerous that way. The fluffy creatures ignore her warning. With limbs outstretched, they leap gracefully across the water, landing steadily on the other side with their round bodies. Satisfied, they stand next to the springs and shake their loose, fluffy wool. Silly ass sheep. Some of the tiny creatures start crying happily and shake their flowers on their heads around. Did you guys come because you thought I was feeling down? Did Mr. Dolly send you here? But this one has a flower. The fluffy creatures start leaping around like they're trying to answer. Excited with their passenger now finally that their passenger now finally understands their intent, the fluffy creatures continue their dash for the cave's exit. Sure thing, my sweet Adele. As soon as you get a bit bigger, we'll take you up to the volcano for an on-site research trip. Then you'll be our assistant. Really? Then I want to get as big as fast as I can.
Alright, darling. Grow up fast and we'll be waiting for you on the volcano. We'll climb the volcano, do research, and take in the beauty and majesty together. Can't wait for the three of us to do that.
Spoilers. They never did that. Spoilers, they died. Wait, hold on! You're running too fast! Sensing that the fluffy creatures are slowing down, Adele gradually loosens her tight grip on the wool. They often cause mischief around her and show up for support when she's feeling down, but now isn't the time. She has more important things to do. She has to find the little girl who disappeared into the volcano on her own. She also needs to make up her mind to set foot on Mount Unna's summit. Adele adjusts her breathing and slowly tries to open her eyes. Wait, we're almost at the summit? Why did you bring me here? I still haven't... Echo! The fluffy creature's excited cries interrupt Adele's flustered speech. While the sky has gone dark at the foot of the volcano, from this height, a faint glimmer of a purplish pink sunset can still be seen. They continue to bleat towards the peak of the volcano, as if beckoning and urging. As a child, Matoy Maru acted as a bodyguard for a frail kid against a bunch of bullies armed with water pips and crowbars. Shit. Sheesh! Also, tiny creature. Far away, a flower wreath can be seen floating in the sky as two snow-white lambs carry a sleeping Hope in what looks like a gentle, loving embrace. The lambs wouldn't throw this child into the volcano, surely. They are silly. They're not evil. Maybe. Anyway. There are streaks of dried tears on Hope's face, contrasted by a happy, satisfied smile. The wreath gently descends on her head. With Hope still nestled between them, the two lambs slowly drift down towards Unna village. Phew, so that's where you were, Hope. Looks like you were invited too. They brought her up here. Adele was chasing her. They just caught her, but they're headed back down. Okay, got it. This one's kinda pissed. What's wrong? Do you want me to bleat with you? Looks expectantly. You want her to meh? You Loki? Wanna be kinda funny if they made it seem like that? It would be funny if that's what they would do. I mean... Hey. Bleats anxiously. They want you to bleat with them, Aya. Up here on top of the volcano. They want you to Face your demons. Face your past. Face your trauma. Then what do you want me to do? But it'll take so long for me to grow up. What if you forget? Then how about a pinky promise? This is a pinky promise between the three of us. When you're big enough, we'll climb the volcano together and enjoy the view from the summit. This promise lasts forever, no matter when, no matter where. Okay, how about we seal this promise with a secret code? When our little Adele's all grown up and ready, just say the words. Then Mati and Vati will take you on a special volcanic survey. English is bad today? It's fine. Let's see, how about the view is splendid at the top? The view is splendid at the top. What operator could stop a volcano eruption? Any of the Fahrenheits. Casually, any of them. Alright, let's blow out the candles, then we'll let you in on a little secret. Secret? What secret? Hey now, slow down there. We need to blow out the candles before we can tell you the secret. Phew. Phew. They're all out. What's the secret? Come, let's step out onto the balcony. Look at the twin moons and the brightest star beneath them. Don't they look like the three of us? Dee and Vati spotted it last year. We thought it was just a coincidence, but the bright star beneath the moons is there again this year. Adele, on the day of your birthday, the moon and the star in the sky are just like the three of us, together. Ooh, celestial phenomena. Adele lifts her head and looks at the night sky. There's a bright star twinkling under the twin moons. It's her birthday? Did she forget it's her birthday today? The tiny creature fondly rubs its head against Adele and slowly blinks. So, this is what you've been trying to tell me. Today's my birthday. I nearly forgot. So, this is what it feels like to reach the summit. I thought it would. It's... Adele squats down. The slightly oversized protective coat that had accompanied her on many volcanic journeys, enveloping her like a tender embrace. Puffs of hot air rise from the volcanic rocks, gently drying the tears streaming down her face, as if warm hands were comforting her. She caresses the warm stones, whispering to herself the thoughts she had longed to share. Muti, Vati, I surveyed 3 more volcanoes this year. That makes more than 30 I've been to. Professor Keller and I have been continuing your research, and I've filled in many of the blanks. One by one, I'm answering the questions that you left behind. Oh, yes, since I found volcano watchers, I've been trying to cultivate them. I'm also researching the link between the color changes and originium activity. As it turns out, this is the most suitable location. That's why I brought the flowers here. Oh, but I don't have them with me. The lambs brought me here, so suddenly... A volcano watcher bud appears before Adele. Huh? The tiny creature holds the plant gently in its mouth, by the stem. The rest of the lambs playfully nudge the bud towards Adele. She takes the flower she has been painstakingly cultivating, its frail form standing proudly against the sun's last rays. With gentle determination, Adele begins to dig a hole with her hand. Her coat sleeves are again covered in dirt and ash, but instead of brushing it away, she stays focused on planting this young volcano watcher into the soil here. Look, volcano watchers, and so many of them. I never expected to see them here. Why don't we bring a flower back as a sample? Good idea. We can give it to Adele once we're done with it. She's loved the freshly picked veggies we brought back last time. I'm sure she'll love the flower too. Mother and father, always thinking of their child, even on their excursions. You. Shall we, little lamb? We're gonna float back down just like Hope. Or are we taking the long way down? New set of footprints appear on the ground as Adele continues her journey upward. With an excited little lamb at her side. Nope, we're heading up. We're not heading down, we're heading up. With a lamb at her side. I can't stop now when I'm this close to the summit. The view is splendid at the top. I'll see it for all of us. Muti, Pati. And there we go. Aya getting some closure in her operator record. I like that. That's definitely a way to end this session of story reading. Do I still got a bunch more? Yes. You probably extend this to another stream. Or whatever's left behind. Excuse the stream, whatever. Anyway, that'll be that for a bit of operator record story reading. We did Mudrocks. We did Quercus. Quercus's was, it cut deep. At least Aya brought it back with Aya's saved the vibes. You gotta get around to these also. Yeah. I've been doing a bunch of operators for IS. I think I still got a bunch more records unlocked. And more will be added soon with future updates. Anyway, thank you everyone to stop by, chilled out in chat, listen to us react to these operator archives, records, whatever they're called. But that will be that for now. Next week will be the Dungeon Meshi event. We'll be playing through the event, we'll be pulling, and also we'll be reading through the story of the Dungeon Meshi collab. Somehow, Laios and Party will make it onto Terra. Somehow. I don't know how that works. Whether it's gonna happen after the end of Dungeon Meshi's story or before. Maybe they fall into a portal in the dungeon. Is the show good? It is great. I've already finished Dungeon Meshi in the manga. The manga's finished. I've read through it. I don't know when or where it'll take place. I think it should be in the middle, surely. In the middle of the story. Or maybe after. I don't know. But I am excited for what'll happen with the collab. Anyway, that'll be that for now. Thank you to everyone that stopped by and watched. But once again, my name is Nez and thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you friendos next stream. Bye-bye.